Petra in North Wales. Wendy, hi from Ireland, Cork. Windy, sunny, blue sky here. And Dav in Birmingham, sunny now. Peter, sunshine here in Cardiff. Whatever next? Yes, Wales. That's even more famous for being wet than England. Anita and Steph, hello everyone. Great to be here. Baby blackbirds being fed by parents close by. Gorgeous. Daniela, hello from Germany. Let's see if I can say this. Oberdurenbach, maybe, kind of. Eiffel. Happy to be here with you all. I think it might be Daniela. I was on retreat with you years ago. If it's the same Daniela, then very warm welcome. Audrey, hi everyone from Audrey in cold, wet, Greater Manchester. And Jeannie, hello from Portland, Oregon, USA. Julian, good evening from rainy and sunny Luxembourg. And Ali, hello everyone from Huddersfield. Tanya from Dusseldorf, hello everybody. And then Daniela saying it's the same Daniela. So Daniela runs an amazing retreat center in the Eifel. It's a mountainous area in Germany, very, very beautiful. So look at this, 7:01. So let's begin. Probably have some more people coming in, but they can just join us. So I thought today we'll go back to an old favorite, which is a flow meditation. Just resting our whole being, our body, our heart, our mind, inside a sense of flow. There's this beautiful, beautiful poem by John O'Donoghue that goes something like this. I would love to live like a river does, full of the surprise of its own unfolding. I would love to live like a river does, full of the surprise of its own unfolding. I mightn't have got that word perfect, but that's the spirit. That wouldn't it be amazing if we were able to rest inside a much more fluid sense of ourselves, our relationships, the world around us, and to be full of the surprise of our own unfolding. I find that so beautiful. And it feels very much in keeping with the theme of the past year, which has been learning to let go of expectations, learning to let go of how we think things should be, and learning to respond to whatever arrives into our lives in any given moment. You know, that's been the great training of the past year, and doing that with a kindly attitude, of course. So if you think of a river, you know, they're just kind of flowing along and they're following the banks, and then there might be more rain and they get a bit bigger, and then it's dry and they get smaller, and then they change their course because there's a storm. But they're just continually flowing on and on and on over all the obstacles. And then eventually they reach the great ocean. So we can think of the great ocean perhaps as freedom of mind, freedom of heart, freedom of body. And we have the river of our lives, which is just carrying us along. And if we're able to live wisely and kindly, we can eventually reach that great ocean of freedom, of peace, of ease. And it's said in the great wisdom traditions that the reason we find life so difficult is because we keep on solidifying things with our perception. We solidify ourselves with our perception. We think, I'm this sort of a person. Or if we wake up in the morning and we've got pain, we assume the pain is going to last all day. Or we're a bit low, we assume that's going to last all day. We solidify it, we fix it. And then, of course, we react to it. That is what we do. It's crazy. We solidify, sort of harden around things, and then we react to them. So it's much wiser if we loosen up that solidifying tendency. Of course, you know, I do exist. I'm not saying I don't exist at all. Here I am talking to you. But all the time, this thing I'm calling Vidyamala is just a process. You know, even my skeleton is completely changed every 7 years. All my cells are continually changing. My breath is obviously changing. My thoughts are certainly changing all the time. My emotions are changing all the time. And I know deeply in my own experience that when I manage to rest inside this more fluid and open perspective, that my life becomes much more pleasurable, more enjoyable, more joyful, much less angular, much less hard-edged, much less edgy. And it's a really wonderful training. And then we can very gently let go of expecting life to be a certain way. And we meet whatever arrives with this kind of patient, receptive, curious. We can be full of the surprise of our own unfolding. So it's not that we don't plan. Of course, we need to plan. Of course, we need to organize things. We might have goals that we want to move towards. That's absolutely wonderful. But the way we're going to reach those goals is by being fluid and open. It's not by being hard-edged and angular. I feel fairly certain of that. And of course, things are, you know, we're still living in this strange world, aren't we? I mean, I know here in the UK, some scientists are saying we've moved out of the pandemic now and we're in something else. I think they're calling it endemic, which is where you've got a virus in the population, but it's manageable. So we're loosening restrictions, but it still feels fragile, and it's just absolutely heartbreaking what's happening in India. Completely heartbreaking, and we're going to bring people in India to mind in our meditation tonight. I really strongly believe that wishing well does have an effect in some mysterious way. So we'll do that. And even if the pandemic has gone here in the UK, who knows? It doesn't mean that we can settle down into a static fixed life, because life itself is process, is flow, is fluid. So we can take the learnings of the last year into whatever happens next in our own personal lives and in the lives of our countries. Okay. So Jeannie's put another river metaphor in the chat box. Let's just see what this says. Another river metaphor I really love is that where the stream narrows, it flows more quickly, as does the mind and body as we narrow around a stream of thought. And we can hold the image of broadening back out. That's very good. Yes, that's very interesting, because sometimes with water metaphors, I sometimes think you put a body of water in a very confined space, like a narrow gorge, you get tremendous turbulence. You put that same body of water in the ocean where there aren't any edges, and you get stillness. So to allow ourselves to broaden out into a much more open awareness, then metaphorically our body and our heart and our minds can also soften and open. Okay, so let's begin. If you choose your position carefully, as always, so you can be as comfortable as possible and yet alert. And within that, you can lie down, sit, stand, walk. It's completely up to you. If you've got a lot of physical pain, then choosing a posture where you can be as comfortable as possible. But if lying down is going to make you dull and sleepy, you could try an upright posture. It's really up to you. And someone's saying in the chat box that right now in, I think it's Luxembourg, maybe, Rouen, there's a full double rainbow right now. So let's just allow that beautiful image to rest in our hearts. I'm going to put the chat box away so I can't see it. Good. Okay, so let's settle into the position that we've chosen. And beginning to surrender our weight up to the surface that we're resting upon. whether we're sitting, lying, standing, walking. So often during the day, we grip onto our body with tension, and it's a beautiful thing to release, yield the body up to the support of gravity, up to the surface that's holding it, and allowing the body to receive that support. So we're not collapsing. It's a kind of dynamic quality of receptivity, opening to that support. If you'd like to, you could intensify this by taking some deeper breaths in. And on each out breath, releasing, yielding, letting go a little bit more. Letting go of whatever we've been doing just before, letting go of whatever we're doing next, and arriving in each present moment into the support. And now allowing the breathing to settle and to find its own natural rhythm. Opening phase on the in breath, subsiding phase on the out breath. However that's showing up for you in your body. We're not thinking about breathing, we're resting inside the felt experience of breathing in the body. Let's allow our awareness now to pour down into the legs, into the feet, into the toes. Checking that the legs, the feet, the toes are yielding up to the support, receiving the support of the floor, resting. And seeing if we can allow our awareness to be inside the legs, feet, toes. So we're not looking in from the outside, but we're resting inside. And maybe the sensations will be strong, or maybe they're dull, or maybe they're even absent or numb. But even so, we can still get a sense of dropping awareness inside the legs. These legs that seem so solid, so dense, maybe even rigid. But the bones in the legs, all the cells in the bones in the legs will be completely replaced every 7 years. And there's blood flowing, it's nerves. So let's see if we can rest inside the legs as dynamic rather than stuck or static. Resting inside flow, openness. If there's pain or discomfort, seeing if you can allow this to be flowing as well. Letting go of the tendency to contract against the discomfort, to resist, to harden. Allowing our awareness to stay soft and open and pliable. Coming up to the hips and the buttocks. If we're lying or sitting, letting the buttocks be soft, yielding up to the surface. If we're standing or walking, also letting the buttocks be soft. And allowing awareness to pour up into the lower part of the torso. It's the abdomen at the front, lower back at the back. Feeling the volume of this part of the body and feel the way it opens a little bit in all directions on the in-breath, subsides a little bit in all directions on the out-breath. 360-degree breathing. Releasing into a more fluid perception. If there's discomfort, maybe in the lower back, again, notice any tendency to harden against it with awareness, to contract around it with awareness. But we can breathe into this area and let it be soft or softer, and notice how the sensations are continually changing. And the belly at the front. Movement of breathing. There's all the movements inside the body with digestion and so on. And allowing awareness now to fill up inside the whole torso. Coming up to the chest at the front, the upper back at the back, the middle back and the middle back at the back, the diaphragm at the front. Again, allowing breathing to fill into this area, opening on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath. Sense of a ceaseless rhythm and flow. Nothing static, nothing fixed. Allowing our awareness to rest inside that flow. Broadening out, we're aware of the whole torso. Front, the back, the sides, the inside and the whole surface. 360-degree breathing, this expanding and subsiding, expanding and subsiding. Effortless. Be careful not to force or strain. This quality of resting inside this experience. Coming into the shoulders. Maybe breathing is expressing itself, or there's an echo of breathing in the shoulders. Opening and subsiding, opening and subsiding, very subtle, effortless. And allowing awareness to pour down through the arms. pour down inside the arms all the way to the tips of the fingers and the thumbs. Having the hands supported so the arms can rest in gravity, fall away from the shoulders, and the shoulders can fall away from the midline of the body. And maybe the sensations are strong in the arms, or maybe they're dull or even absent. It doesn't matter. It's having a sense of inhabiting the arms with awareness, with this sense of flow, sensations changing. If we can't feel things, we can imagine the blood circulating, the cells living. Now allowing our awareness to pour back up through the arms, through the shoulders, into the neck, and into the head. If we're sitting, seeing if the head is poised on top of the spine, releasing through the base of the skull, a chin tucked in just a little bit. We're lying down, checking that we're giving the weight of the head up to the pillow or the cushion fully. Again, releasing through the base of the skull. And letting the whole face be soft, the forehead and the eyes and the cheeks, lips and the tongue, the jaw, all soft. And broadening to be aware of the whole body, sitting here or lying here or standing or walking. This body that we refer to as if it's a thing, a noun, a static object. But let's experience our body more as a verb, as something that's continually becoming. Everything flowing and changing. So if we've got discomfort or pain anywhere in the body, seeing if we can soften around that experience, let it be a little bit more fluid, seeing how it's continually changing. Breathing, softening, releasing. Feeling the rhythm of breathing in the whole body. And letting our emotions come and go likewise. Sometimes emotions can feel very solid, very stuck, heavy. But let's let these also have the nature of flow. Maybe imagining that our emotions are resting in a broad, deep ocean. There's no tight, hard edges around them, flowing and changing through the moment. Bringing a little kindness to our experience. Just taking it one moment at a time. Arising and passing, arising and passing. And our thoughts likewise, fluid, changing. And again, thoughts can seem very solid, very stuck. Let's let them be clouds passing across the clear blue sky of awareness. Let's broaden to be aware of everything as flow, the whole body, our emotional weather, our thoughts. Coming and going, everything dynamic, fluid, open. Just resting our awareness inside this flow, being full of the surprise of our own unfolding moment by moment, just like the poem. And staying grounded and centered. Let's allow our awareness now to open and to feel a sense of connection with everybody else. If everything's flowing, then where are the hard edges between us? And perhaps we're influencing one another in mysterious ways that we don't understand. And the power of training ourselves to rest in this more fluid, open awareness will affect our relationships. So let's expand our awareness to include everybody here. There's 92 of us, lots of different countries, different circumstances, but we're all equally flowing through the moment. Feeling a sense of solidarity, connection, well-wishing for ourselves, one another. And if we want to, we could also include all the people in India at the moment who are having such a terrible, terrible time with the COVID pandemic. Those people are just like us, human beings breathing, flowing through the moment. So allowing well-wishing to flow towards them. deep sense of solidarity, shared humanity. There's not much we can do practically, but we can think of them with kind hearts and wish them well. And now bringing the weight and the shape of the body to the foreground of awareness. Gathering our awareness inside our sense of self again. This body sitting here, lying, standing, walking. So staying connected with others, but bringing the focus back to ourselves in the foreground of awareness. When we're ready, we can very gently begin to bring the meditation to a close. Just bring a little bit of movement into the body, noticing any impulse to grip against the movement, seeing if we can flow with the movement, and the breathing soft, and coming into bigger movements in our own time, whatever your body's calling for. Opening in the eyes when you're ready. And just feeling the effect of the practice. Oh, yes. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Very beautiful to practice with you. And this is my last week for a few weeks because I'm going into personal retreat. So I'll be back early July, but there will be a space to breathe meditation every week. Sona will do them quite often, I think, and other wonderful breathworks teachers, because it's very important to us that we keep providing the space to breathe, space to breathe in this very challenging world so many of us live in, and to provide community, to provide connection. And yeah, we're just going to keep this going because we love it and it's important to us. So lots of comments. I'll just read a few of these out because it's just nice to hear them, and so that people who can't read the chat box can fully participate. Very relaxing and calming. That's good. And Julia, thank you so much for offering these sessions free of charge. Really appreciate it. It's important to us as well to offer these free of charge. So, but it's nice that you've, thank you for your appreciation. Really important to us. Lots of thank you. People enjoy my retreat. I intend to enjoy my retreat, although I'm sure I'll have bumpy times, as one does when one goes inwards. I often talk about how I need to drop down through the sludge It seems to be part of the process. You just kind of stop, you sort of stop, and then everything goes very sludgy. And I just have to surrender to that, and then some deeper inspiration emerges. Thank you so much for that meditation and bringing us all together in spirit. Have a wonderful retreat. Calmness after a very stressful day. Good. Oh, that's Meg. Good. Because I know you've got a lot going on, Meg. Mark, thank you so much for this evening. Feeling the flow again now. Good. Susan, we'll miss you, but I'm so glad you're going on retreat. Important for you and for all of us. Thank you for keeping the practice going. It's interesting, isn't it? This thing of retreat. My Buddhist teacher, he always says that when you go on retreat in order to come back again, which I think is really, really good. So this word retreat sounds like you just want to get away, doesn't it? But I really want to be going deeper and deeper in my own understanding, my own life, my own practice. And then, of course, I can bring that back into breathworks. And breathworks needs that, and the breathworks as well needs to be continually enriched. And in our, I think in our world, we just think we should be doing all the time, and that it's lazy to go on retreat or something. Well, I tell you what, it's the least lazy thing you can do, to just sit with yourself for days on end and face your own mind and just face habits. One of my habits is internet addiction, so it's going to be very interesting just to switch off. I'm sure I'm going to find that demanding, because it's just, I've got pain, so I just like to distract myself. So it's not lazy to face what is that about, what is distraction about, and what can I do, or how can I drop deeper beneath that impulse. So, but it will all feed back into breathworks, and we really don't want breathworks just to be another sort of do-gooding organization full of burnt out people. That would be awful. So these times to go deeper, to come back, to go deeper, to come back. I try to do a long retreat every year, but this is longer than usual. Lots of people wishing me well, which is lovely. My nervous system loves these sessions. Good. Mine too, actually. Yeah, I always get a lot from these sessions. Yeah. I think it's both calming but also connecting, and nervous systems love connection. So I think the fact that we've built the sense of community over more than a year now, and lots of familiar faces, and it's not just that I'm talking to myself here, really. It's not just the fact that I'm stopping for half an hour and resting in my body and my mind and my heart, but the fact that you're all there. That's what my nervous system really loves, that for sure. Yeah. Oh, this is good. Anita and Steph, thank you so much. Beautiful. Don't push the river, it flows by itself. That's really good. I'm always trying to push against things. That's why I love these meditations, because they're for me as well. But yeah, don't push the river, it pushes itself. Don't push the river, it flows by itself. I'm very grateful that the sessions will continue. They are a meaningful chance to connect. May your retreat be nourishing. Very helpful. My feet are stuck in the sludge at the moment, but opening out and connecting with this group in India really helped. Yeah, that's fantastic. Sludge is such a good word, isn't it? It's one of those onomatopoeic words, sludge. We probably all know what it feels like. Everything's just kind of heavy and gloopy. But yeah, I'm glad you feel less sludgy. I've also written a blog about my retreat, actually, that'll be published on the Breathworks website this week, I think. Just explaining more about why I'm doing it and what I hope to get. Jaya, a calming tonic I needed after a very difficult day. Thank you, Vidyamala. Wishing you a very good retreat. Julia, wonderful. Thank you. Amazing how much pain I discover when I focus on the body. You are teaching me to accept this with non-judgmental curiosity rather than worrying about it. Hope your retreat is refreshing, Vidyamala, if that's the right word. Yeah, that's the right word. But that's very interesting, isn't it? We come into the body and there's the pain there. So one can justifiably think, well, why on earth would I do that? Why don't I just block out my body? But of course, if you block out your body, then there's rigidity that comes with that. So it doesn't lead to peace. But there's non-judgmental curiosity. That's the skill. So yeah, there's pain, you soften. There's pain, you soften. So you're cultivating the skill of being more fluid and open rather than rejecting, because rejection just leads to tension. So we'll leave it there. Lots of very lovely well-wishing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And please keep coming for the other teachers, because they will really love to have the community here with them on Tuesdays. Lilies grow out from the sludge. Here's the comment. Lilies grow from the sludge. That's true. It is absolutely true. Good. So let's leave it there. And I really wish you all very, very well for the next couple of months. And I'm already looking forward to coming back and being with you all and hopefully sharing some fruits of diving down to the sludge and seeing what lives underneath it. And I think there's probably gold down there somewhere. And if you look on your screen, Rulian, I'm sure I'm pronouncing your name really, really badly, but she's posted the picture of this beautiful, beautiful rainbow over the river. Absolutely amazing. That's her screensaver thing. Okay, so if you want to unmute yourselves to say goodbye, then that's always lovely. Oh, Rulian's growing out of the rainbow now. That's even more amazing. She's there and she's not there. That's just like a rainbow. That's the teaching right there. Oh, we can't seem to unmute ourselves. Okay, so are you there, Lucy? If you can, you need to do some magic to enable people to unmute themselves.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. So hopefully you can now.
Have a blessed retreat.
Yay. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Good.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidyamala. Have a wonderful retreat. Thanks, Lucy, for the tech stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Lucy.
Take care.
Take care, Vidyamala.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the sludge.
I'll try to. I'm sure I won't. But I'll remember you saying that, Katie.
There's gold. There's gold.
There's gold down there. Well,
Hope
gold
you
does
find
come
some big nuggets.
Yeah, I hope so.